I need the bandanas, so I don't want to group up with anybody because it'll take longer to get the bandanas. So I'm in a bit of trouble right here. Obviously, this guy spawned, and I completely forgot that he's going to take a little while to figure out that he's actually alive, so he's not going to attack me. But I'm not really thinking that at that moment. So the best thing to do in that moment was to basically panic. And that's why I started running out. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Please. Oh, jeez. This is not good. No, 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 no. Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. But this isn't the first time that I've dealt with something like this. Let's rewind it back a bit and go to the very first character I had in World of Warcraft Classic Hardcore. Now, I was never interested in WoW HC. It didn't seem like it had that thrill, but I was thinking, you know, maybe we'll give it a shot. So I tried it, and the next thing I know, I'm up till 4 a.m. playing this game. But why is Hardcore so fun to play? Why are people so obsessed with it right now? I mean, it's the same game that they made nearly 20 years ago. But here's the thing. The game was made with the intent that you would die multiple times. But you take that option away and leave everything else the same. Now the game has become very, very difficult to play. Everything becomes very important to you. Money, silver, even copper becomes something exciting. Potions turn into something that you heavily rely on. You start looking at all the professions and which one is going to keep you alive. Finding the next bit of gear and seeing if that's going to up your stats becomes something that you're constantly on the lookout for. So if you don't feel excited about getting a piece of green gear in World of Warcraft, go play Hardcore. You'll be very excited when you get some green gear. But there's a lot of other things that are happening in Hardcore that I kind of want to talk about that I saw when I did my very first run. So let's jump in and take a look at my very first character. Here we go. So the first thing I noticed is that it's really popular. I mean, so many people were, taking on the challenge to get to 60 and play Hardcore and all that stuff. And the thing is, mostly everybody that you see here are going to die at least once. The funny thing is, I found people that were trying to, kind of get around things and take advantage of other people doing the dirty work. Like this guy who was trying to complete the quest by checking out the dead body while we were fighting off the Murlocs. Yeah, that didn't turn out so great for him because he just pulled aggro and karma bit him in the butt. But apart from that and, kind of laughing about those things, the game is great because people know what you're up against because they're up against the very same thing. So people are a lot more helpful in this mode of World of Warcraft. I was attacking this Murloc and everything was fine until an ad jumped in, and then I was in really big trouble. Had to run away. And I thought that I was gonna die. I thought that was the end of it and I have to start a brand new character, but that's when some random priest decided to heal me. He saw that I was in trouble and he helped me out, and that made all the difference. It's really nice knowing that you have some people out there that are watching your back. Now, everything's really exciting about getting new gear and, working on your professions and stuff, but the moments that really make you feel alive is when you're so close to death. Like this Murloc, for example, who dropped me down to 6 HP. Couldn't believe that I was still alive. And trust me, this happened more than once. But apart from all the close calls and everything, the main thing that I'm really loving about this is that the camaraderie is really, really strong. So there's this quest in Loch Modan where you have to go in as a group because every single enemy in there is an elite. And I mean, there's a lot of them. And the group that I jumped in was just a pure joy to be around. I mean, look at the chat here and see the things we're talking about. We're just super excited at the feeling of adventuring again and not really knowing what's going to happen next, or even if our time is going to come up here pretty soon. I mean, when was the last time you saw positivity like this in World of Warcraft, including farewell wishes? I think that moment right there was one of my favorites because we got together, we were really happy about playing this game, and then we went our separate ways. I'll probably never see them ever again. But here's the problem. Over time, you start getting really comfortable with the journey. And that right there can be one of the biggest killers in World of Warcraft hardcore. And when you start getting comfortable, you start thinking that nothing's going to kill you. So this is what sets in. And that is probably the #1 killer in World of Warcraft Classic Hardcore. Unfortunately, that's what started happening to me. I got really comfortable and very overconfident in my ability to play this game without dying. Even right here when I was fighting these orcs in Red Ridge, I didn't realize that they hit really, really, really hard. So I had to back out of that one, and I had to do it really quick. We'll come back to Red Ridge in a bit, but I do want to talk about how fun dungeons are. Dead Mines is one of the first dungeons that you're ever going to run when you hit like level 20 or somewhere around there. And it's a very pleasant experience. Just because you've got one chance to get it right. So everybody's working together as a team. And you can only run that particular instance one time a day. That's it. Loved running Dead Mines, can't wait to do it some more. So let's go back and touch base on that overconfidence thing again. Now, I'm rolling a mage because it's pretty strong, it's got a lot of good CC, it's a good class to pick. And AoE leveling is a thing. I'm just not really good at it. But I figured, let's go ahead and give it a shot. Well, that didn't really go so well, and I got really close to dying. Probably not going to continue that path. But then I met this little gnome guy, and I thought, hey, it'd be nice to have someone to go questing with, and maybe we could help each other out and level up, and this will be good. So things started off working perfectly until we got caught right in the middle of a respawn area. Now, I got out of there as fast as possible when I saw everything kind of popping up, but the gnome, he didn't really see it right away, and he pulled aggro. That's when I thought I could be a hero and I could grab their attention and, possibly save the day. But what I really should have done is kept on running. But that overconfidence thing, that really got to me, and I thought maybe I'll just try that AoE farming thing that I failed at earlier. Maybe it'll work this time. In the end, they got me in a net. Couldn't blink because it was on cooldown, and that was that. My first character at level 21 met his fate. It was unfortunate, and I probably could have gotten out of that had I not wanted to test the waters and try and be the big hero and save this little guy. The lesson I learned on my first run-through of Classic Hardcore is run. Admit that you don't stand a chance and get out of there. If you're not trying to die in a game that's designed for you to die over and over and over, and you keep dying, then you really need to rethink how you're playing this game. But just because I died once doesn't mean that I'm not going to try it again.